Yo. Hi. Hello. Safe. We're gonna make this game a bit more again. More game dev. Devity doodah. So let's do that. And it's kind of going to be a fun stream because we've got level design. Arguably the funnest part, right? So here are the ideas for sort of mechanics or gimmicks that we've come up, like ideas of ways to put the different objects together to make hopefully an interesting room with the holy grail, the aha moment, hopefully will sort of come to pass. Now let's just have a fiddle with everything we did earlier. So we get our nice splash screen, pretty nice. Main menu, boom, level 1, we're in. It looks quite nice. Pop that on there. We can still run around, and then that's the only level we have in the game. So then it says game over, and then you get back to the splash screen, back to the main menu. So we have like a loop. We have a game loop. And we have the palette swapping as well for different level there, which is quite nice. So we could just blast through and make some levels. But I think we want to polish the process a little bit first, and then we'll start making the levels. So we'll spend the first 15 to 20 minutes here doing two key things. The first is what the plinth does. So once the plinth takes the idol, and it sort of drops into the ground or whatever, do we stop the player from being able to move? Because at that point the player could still run off and kill themselves. I mean, I guess we have to make them invincible because they could do that anyway without moving. Something else could kill them. So we have to think about that. The easiest thing would be just to stop the player from moving and make them invincible, and then maybe have them run off the side of the screen. The thing is, we want to kind of get this right now before it becomes something we have to go back through the game, like, and change on every single level. So do we want a little door? I'm thinking not, because a lot of these levels are outdoors. It might just be nice to just literally put the idol on the thing. I mean, I can't really imagine how we'd do a door. We need to get the little door out of the... Because that's actually a thing, isn't it? That we have got the door game object, but we just haven't put any art on it yet. It's just a black square. And really what it should use is the epic door sheet, because I think there's some good stuff on there. So is that it there? I think we'll need to cut that, trim that out of there probably. Okay, so if I duplicate that, and we'll call it just door.png. Okay, then there it is. And then we want to open that in Sprite. Okay. And then we need to just save this little dude. Does it say the dimensions of what I'm selecting here? Yeah. 18 by 49. So if I pop that in the corner there, and say canvas size 1849 in the top corner. Okay, it's 17. Oh, it should have been 18. I think I missed some edge bits. So move that to like there. Get these bits back on the edges like so. And then just tidy up those bits. Okay, that's a door. Let's just save it because we just opened the PNG. So now we should just be able to throw that on there. Okay, and we're in a decent spot there now. Although I wonder. Would be nice if it was just the right amount of pixels. It's so nearly the right amount, but it's not. And the half pixel thing is going to look funny through our filter if we don't have things lining up. So I guess we just need to make sure that it's, yeah, because it's half pixels. I need to position it super precisely, or we just change its size. So I think down here will really not be hard to do. In fact, why don't we do it from up at the top, I think. There. That'll do. And then we can canvas size that down to 48, which is perfect, which is what it needs to be. But then losing 2 pixels off of this face is going to be a little harder. Delicate. Oh, say Pete, how you doing? Just so you know, the black white pattern at the bottom was a size guide designed to be hidden. Oh, I see. Okay. So in that case, we just delete the bottom. Looking good. And then now we can change the canvas size down to 48 from the top. Now, squeezing it by 2, I don't think we need to do that because it's 2 pixels. So if we just save this, and then we just come in here, he's just got an extra pixel either side of his collision shape. Like, that's fine. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So let's leave that like that. And then save it. And now we want this guy to actually animate. We want it to move up and down, right? Just wondering if it's going to just be irritating having this animation. I think it will be fine. What we'll have to do is we'll add a state to the player where we just take all the control away from the player, and we stop handling the hitbox and everything. It's just like a level complete state where all the player does is stand there for 3 seconds waiting and then runs forwards. That'll be fine. We will need to be careful with space because, yeah, we'll need to give the doors a lot of space, basically. And actually, that's an argument for keeping it the right amount size in terms of tiles, because then it can go up into a wall. Although the walls have rugged edges on them anyway, so we'd still see it sticking out anyway if it went up into a wall, unless the wall properly overhung it, which is probably the best way to do it anyway. Okay, I'm kind of keen for these ones to go upwards though, where the other ones went down. The mega doors open downwards. Maybe the little ones should go up. I don't know. It's going to require an animation player. I'll just call it anim or something. And new. Just call it open. And it will be 3 seconds long. And it will start. When I did this before, like with the plinth, we had the issue. We had to separate the body from the plinth itself, the node itself. And so we're going to do that here as well. We're going to have to add a static body. We'll call it door body. And then move these guys into there. And then clear just one, that's fine. And then we can change type of this to just a regular node. Probably need to look at this script because now those links are both broken. Now they're fixed. Save. And then now we can animate it. So now we want the position of the door body. Bang. 0. Over here. Y is minus 48. Bang. It's beautiful. And then I want to look at Epic Door. Where's Epic Door? Because the door, the moving door bit of Epic Door, or whatever it is, use an animatable body. Oh, is that what let you put the shader on it? Was the shaders? Oh, it's called Door Shaker. Okay, perfect. Sprite, material, shader, load. No, elements, shaders, Door Shaker. It's very subtle. Oh, maybe the parameters here need changing. So what? 0.2 and 25. Huh. I expected it to be more than that. I guess it's enough in game. And then we want to come into the animation here. And we want to keyframe it being off at the start and off right at the end. And then like just like, I don't know, 0.1 is probably fine in terms of why it's letting me move around like that. Does I need to, oh, maybe you need to lock that like that. There we go. And then we want it on keyed there and on keyed there, right? So I'll move up and shake. That should work. And then save that. And then look at its script. I don't need to do anything with either of these anymore. All I need is a reference to the animation player now, because all I'm interested in is saying play backwards, open, and open. Right, now I wonder, will that work? If we look at Epic Doors script, it's pretty much the same vibe in here. So if I come into level 1 and we instantiate a door, and I take the door and put it, yes, it has to be between the platform tiles. That's very good. And we pop it there, and then we get the platform tiles out. Terrains, this one. Okay. See if this works. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. How silly of me. I should have known. Okay. God damn it. Is it the plinth that then says next level? So, oh yeah, that's being triggered by the animation on the plinth, I remember. So why? Oh, I know why. I know why. This is very, very simple. The plinth needs the door as its connection. We just didn't actually link the two objects yet. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think having the door does add a lot to the end of each level, and it doesn't give us a crazy like cost in space just having a door like at the edge of each, and also because it's only going to be the first few levels probably where we'll have them as like these one screen levels anyway. Then we'll start scrolling the camera around and making some more epic spaces in some of the other levels, right? So this is fine. This looks good to me. And I think I'll probably close Sandbox now. And some of these other scenes as well. Like what we're really interested in is all of this. All this kind of stuff. Let's test our door with a regular button instead of the plinth. Button. Where are you? There it is. Put the button there. Or there, whatever. But then have the plinth not be connected to the door. Have the button have the door as its connection. No. Okay, it's kind of just fine, yeah? It just works. Seems fine to me. Yeah, I think it works. Oh yeah, there's that bug. I wonder why it does that. I was getting the Epic Door to do that. Did I find a fix for it in the end? No, I don't think I ever did. I'm not really sure why it would do that. I think you sort of want to say, let's look at animation players a second. You call a particular part of the animation in current animation position, the position in seconds of the currently playing animation. So what we want to do is put those conditions in. So like if current animation position if anim dot current animation position does not equal already completely open, which would be 3.0. Like then play it. And similarly here, like only do it if you're not already in that position. Is that gonna work? I mean, all that seems to work like normal. We're getting an error down there, but can I? So it's all about its double firing, isn't it? I can make it open without. Yeah, so that's kind of worse. That's a worse bug than what I had started with. What is the bug? That's the first thing. It has no current animation. So that's just right at the beginning. It's going to give that error for doing that. So maybe the problem isn't with the door, the problem is with the button not giving clear, because Epic Door never needs to turn off. It's never going to get a turn off signal from a plinth. Plinths don't do that. But the button does. Like plinth send a turn on, that's it. So this is the problem, is the button can send a turn off signal, right? So You're sort of like triggering both of these at the same time. But the update's not sending that it's turned back off again, you know. Yeah, it's the problem is it's like when it's happening twice in one frame, probably. But I guess we just want to do this, like at all times, if the item count is 0, then it should be off. But I guess the button's getting out of sync with the door then in those cases as well, right? So yeah, I think this is the problem. If this was more robust, we'd be fine. The button just needs to be more sure of itself, you know? Little Wood, how are you? Big up yourself. The jam's going good. The jam is going good. I'm feeling confident. We need to basically iron out just a few... Well, I'm just kind of tweaking this, probably because I'm putting off making levels, but I'm going to start making a lot of levels tonight, which is fun, because most of the mechanics are in now. Getting these doors animating is kind of important, so we'll do this. Also, this is art I can tick off the list, isn't it? Because we have the door implemented now, which is nice. You haven't had time to join this one. Oh, it's like GBjam's like my favourite, man. This is the 3rd year running I'm doing this one. It's a good time of year for me, I think, because I'm normally... Well, you know, it's September, so kids are back to school and all that stuff. It's like back to normality time. So it's a good time to squeeze in a little game jam. What about if we just say if item count is 0? Like, if this lovely thing happens, then switch it on. Great. But like, even if that has happened, if at any point this is the thing, do this. So that's probably not going to work, but let's see. GMTK, do it in the hottest day of the year. Yeah, it's true. That one's tough because I've wanted to do that one for years, but only this year was the first year I was able to, because I'm normally like away in the summer. So it still does it, man. Why you gotta go and do that? So I think we need those. We need the conditions again. If anim current animation position doesn't equal 3, we'll deal with the initial error in a minute. Will the combination of these two things solve our problems now? No, it's just exactly the same. So what I wonder is, What if... Don't judge me. What if we're just always checking this? This is like very cumbersome. I think this will work now. Okay, so, and this is a little bit wild, but let's put this back in. I think that works. It's incredibly cumbersome. Also, we ended up with 107 errors. But it's all the same. Yeah. So, I could use the getter, which maybe won't give an error if there's no current animation. Maybe the getter will be more friendly. No. It's probably just exactly the same error. Yeah. So, if it was just... That should work. Without giving me thousands of errors. Perfect. Okay, I think it works. I'm happy. So now we can go back to level 1 and make it what level 1 should be, which is a level without this button. And the plinth linking to the door. And now we want to kind of, yeah, perfect the whatever happens at the point that we put something on the plinth. So at the moment, let's get the plinth scene up as well. Button can go now. At the moment, the plinth triggers this next level thing. I think we want the plinth to have access to the player. And then instead of calling switch to next level, it should call some function on the player like, hey, I'm done, off you go. Does the player already know when he puts the thing on the plinth anyway? The player must know somehow, because how does the player know to not make a new idle when he puts it down. Maybe the plinth, when it takes it, it kills the body Q3. That's how it works. Okay. So yeah, so at this point we could just tell the player, and then we could just get rid of this altogether. And in the animation player, like, we just don't need this function call thing at all. We just, here we just say player dot level complete. Enter level complete or something, or start level complete, whatever. We'll call it enter level complete, which is going to be like a state. So that would be false. And what we'll do is we'll set it to true. And then just like everything that the player can do, like the entire is if not level complete. Can you put something on the plinth when you're crouching? I don't think you can. Oh, no, I want to try. Why is the door just opening? No. No. Oh, I stopped being able to move. Why? Come on, man. Why? Why would you just open straight away? I can put it on there, and then I'm stuck crouching. So we need to also like reset the player's like positioning into like being a normal standing goon. Actually, I suppose colliders and everything just don't matter. We just need to say play the idle animation, I think. Level complete is true. Sprite dot play idle. So he'll be standing. But why is the door open automatically straight away? Oh, it's plinth and all. Is it this? I checked. Maybe. Oh right, yeah, okay. Yes. Yes, it was that. So if we say stop open like that, stop isn't a 1. So okay, so it is stop, but it's just stop. We set the current animation, but we'd say, but we're not going to play it yet. We're just going to keep it stopped. I think this should be fine then. Yay! Yay! Now the player can't move, and we've got a bug. You do have a... Okay. Pause then. Let's try pause. I mean, these little errors that it's giving don't actually matter. But there we go. I just like to know I'm doing things by the book. Okay, and so now the player is going to have some stuff to do. Where are you? Do I not have the player scene open? I close all these scenes and then just immediately need to reopen them again. So we'll give the player a timer called level complete timer. And we will make it 3 seconds. A one shot. Let's do 3.5 seconds. And put that there. We'll start that timer there. And then when it times out, that's when we need to start running. Exit level. Have another little just bool of a state here. So then we'll say at that point exit level is true, and when in the physics process here, if exit level, then we're going to want to move and slide. We're going to want to do sprite dot play run. On sprite play run, we want sprite flip horizontal false. So he faces to the right. Run, boom. And then we want velocity. We're just going to go from here. So when we're running, we do this. So we're going to do that, but move towards vector to right. Time, speed, acceleration, delta. Oh, right. Just 1, is it? Then it's just a single number here. So just 1. That should make him run. I did put the shaky shader on the door. Yeah, you're right, but it doesn't seem to be shaking, does it? Come on now. Oh, baby. So he runs away. That's good. And it should like work if we do it sort of backwards, like some sort of mischievous way of doing it, like this. Okay, yeah, he doesn't fall. He doesn't have any gravity. Okay, so when when level's not complete, do all that. But when it is, we still want gravity. And effects level, we still want gravity too. So I guess you just keep that going there. So now he should still be impacted by gravity while being a mischief maker. He's not though. He was when he started moving. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because there's no move and slide. Because there's no move and slide. So we want move and slide to be happening all the time. So we just do that. And just always at the end of the physics process, we're always moving and sliding. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Cool, it works, it works. We need now a way of telling, like, when the player has ran off the screen for long enough. I mean, do we just start a 2 or 3 second clock there? Or there's a fanfare or something. I think the easiest thing, it's cumbersome, but it's going to be easy to like to sort of change further down the line, is to make another timer called level exit timer. And we'll just make this one like 2 seconds. One shot. Tells us when it stops. And exit level is true, then that's when level exit timer is going to start. Here. And then this is where we say get parent, which will be the level. Get parent, which will be the scene manager. Switch to next level, which I think switch to next level. Okay. Seems good to me. Seems good to me. Now, the question is, this shader. I'm obviously missing. Do I need to put a texture onto it, maybe? Let's look at what it looks like on Epic Door here. We have door shaker there. Not sure. It seems to be set up exactly the same. Is there something funny with like the scale of this or something? Just changing it? No, it doesn't look like it. It did, but it was just really subtle. Versus, I suppose, if we come in here and we look at this guy, it's way more. Is it relative to the size of the sprite? The amount of shake? Because the strength, I just set up the exact same But yeah, maybe the strength is the problem. That's up at maximum. It won't let me put in anything more than 0.5. And presumably I can just change that there to give myself more. Crazy how much more I need to put on it when it's just a smaller thing. It'd be relative, yeah, okay. So if I make that 10, that starts to feel similar to this one. Let's have a look at 10. I can't see it at all. So it needs to be even more than 10. Let's double it to 20. I mean, that looks crazy to me, but let's see. Okay, I mean, you can definitely see it when it's set to 20. Let's go back to 10 again. I'm really surprised I couldn't see 10 still. And 10's not enough. $15's like super rough, but I suppose the camera, you know, the number of pixels we have, either it's moving a pixel or it isn't. So that looks good. I like that. Okay, let's leave it there at 12. Where it's putting on the nearest pixel. Yeah, exactly. We need to like, we kind of need to give it enough strength for it to like go over the threshold for us to be able to fucking see it. You know? Yeah. Right. So I think we're kind of happy here. I think this is good. And I think we can start making some more levels. Because, yeah, all that stuff's looking pretty smooth now. We've got a door looking nice. Oh yeah, we've got the dart art. Might need to download it again. Never mind. Let's do the levels now. Let's do the levels now. So there's level 1. Level 2, jump over some spikes. So fold up all of this stuff and all of these things and these for now. I just don't need all of these out, I don't think. Right. Levels. Duplicate level 1. call it level 2. Huh. Who would have known? And we'll open up level 2. Here it is. Rename that roots to level 2. All this stuff's going to be the same. I mean, do we want to change the background a little bit? I think we probably want to change the backgrounds, right? Like the shape of the bushes. So we'll come into here to these tiles here and mix it up a bit for them. Do something like that. Level 1. Level 2. And then with the platform tiles as well, just sort of go for something a little bit different at the top there as well. Like that maybe. So it hangs over a bit more. Looks kind of interesting. And what we'll do is we'll move the idle to here. And then we're going to put in some spikes. Duplicate. The second one's there. And then if I come into the scene manager script and we add level 2, level 2, level 2 like that, we should be able to play it now. It should just be it. It should just be that easy. Nice. There's the spikes. You pick it up, they're just there to jump over them. The spikes need better, bigger sprites. Kind of want to do that now. It could just do with being a little bit clearer what they are, right? Like even literally just, oops. Just like doubling them, doubling their size like that. Just keep it super simple. I think it's better like that. Okay. Level 2. Not bad. Next, dodge some darts. Duplicate level 1 again. Got level 3. Open it up. Just wondering if we should actually change the layout of the level a bit more. But I think keeping the same shape underneath is quite nice for the first few levels. I do quite like that as a... What we'll do is we're going to do something a little bit snugger up here, like that. And then I'm thinking the dart trap goes up here and it shoots down. Just a little bit over there, maybe on this level. Don't like the way it touches there. Oh yeah, it's going to be awkward. I think it has to go up there. Oops. It has to go up there like that. And round there like that. There we go. That's nice. Yeah, cool. And then we'll save this level. Oh, we've got to call that level 3 up there. Save it. Add it to the script. And it's cool because I can just basically add to this array and it just works its way through the levels automatically. Now I don't have to make one for each level, which is pretty nice. I can just add them to the array and they're in the game. I guess because I've got the idle on my head, I'm perfectly safe. Well, that's kind of a cool lesson to learn in itself, I suppose. Okay. Das Q. Does all our code work? If we just want to play a level, can I just play this scene? It does work, we just get it without a palette. But we can just play each individual level. And then it presumably is going to crash when I complete the level now. Yeah, cool. Okay, that's good. So we can just test individual levels as well, like straight out of the editor. That's pretty nice. Okay, let's dodge some darts done. I think what we might... Oh, cancel. I think let's save that. I think what might be cool, though, with that level 3 dart trap. Make that unlucky cooldown even shorter, maybe. Maybe make that a little bit longer. Maybe even make them like ridiculously frequent. Because you know you can protect yourself with the idle anyway, and I think it just teaches a nice lesson that, like, oops, you know, that like you come in here and you're like, okay, there's darts there, maybe I'm gonna have to time it. You pick up the thing, you're like, oh whoa, hold on, so what, I'm just gonna try and go through, and it's like, oh yeah, cool, look, I made it. Why did we get a bug there? Oh, so we would have died there. Okay, let's play it for real where dying is a thing. And in the right colour scheme. Probably a little bit hard for the first level. Like, we still make our point probably with 0.8. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Next, crumbling platforms and water. So I think this one's going to be the first one where it really kind of changes how it looks. We might have to change shape of the level a little bit. Feel like we need more space now. Like, we've reached the point where we can't have these little one screen levels anymore. And maybe in the long run none of them should be one screen anyway. I know you wanted to have a big plane crash set piece in level 1, right? So maybe we can expand these out a bit, but I'm wondering, you know, what the design of this level is here. Because we sort of... Plane crash, yeah. So I mean, maybe none of these levels should be these little one screen tiny little spaces, because it does feel very cramped. It's a nice way to teach little mechanics, but maybe it's just too cramped, you know? The player will judge value based on walking distance. You mean like it seems cheap when everything is a tiny little level like this? Yeah, I see what you mean. It doesn't mean that these levels can't have this final room here. Like, I mean, the first level... Well, firstly, let's... Wait, fixed cam isn't on. If fixed cam isn't on, what? How's that happening? The camera's just not enabled anyway. Right, okay, so now the camera's enabled. We can take fixed cam off. We should see these levels for what they really are. Yes, here we are. There's a nice bit of parallax in there as well. So what we really need now is like a foreground layer. We need tiles that don't have the because our guy isn't going to move and slide through them. As he walks off the screen, right? We need like something to happen. We need... I think I can do it. I think I know what I need to do. We'll go into... And we're going to have to do it for all 3 of the tile sets. So this is going to be quite a big sprite. Just wondering though, thinking about the epic doors, whether it's going to be easier or behind a bush or something. Well, we've got the door in now. I want to kind of use the door. I was just thinking about making like a piece, just a single big sprite that's just like that goes over the top here, that we can put paths behind it so he can walk along, but this thing just sits on front and it's just like a mask for the end of each level. Wouldn't take too long to make, so you just build it manually out of the tiles from the tile map. I kind of think it's the way to go. It needs to be nice and long. It needs to be long enough for his 2.5 seconds of walking. And the screen transition we could still do as well, like a screen wipe or something would look nice as you walk in. So it would need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks tall. So 16 times 5 in there, and it needs to be like really wide, but we can loop it. So for now, let's just make it a square and make it 80 as well. And then we want to have the sprite sheets open in the background. So elements, I think, world, probably. Grass tiles. And the tiles we want are some of these edge pieces. This one. Let's show the grid. This piece here. We want, yeah, there. And there, and there. We want the piece where the ground comes in, which is that one. I want that one there, there. and you want the piece where is that right? No, we want this one. We want that one at the bottom. And then at the top is this one. Okay. And then we just want the big middle piece, this piece just looping. For like loads of it. Because yeah, it's just gonna be solid, right? And these sort of just go on for ages. So if we make the width of it 106, the width of it 160, see if that's enough. I'd quite like to make all three of them in one big sprite sheet as well, actually. So let's go canvas size here and make the height 3 times this, so 240 from the top. I mean, the stone one's going to be almost identical, so we just take the whole thing, copy paste it, or the skulls or whatever it is. So we've got to open up skull tiles and stone tiles. Maybe make a big bush tree so let's slide across. What's setting the water height? So the way I did the water, is it's in here, it's a tile set, and this script here, you have the water level offset. So this is basically when it's powered, it's going to move that much. So in this case, it's going up 2 tiles, yeah, like -32 in the Y direction. When you power the water as it's set up by default, here it will go up 32. Other than that, it's just at the height that we want it to be at. So what I would suggest would be that we draw it along 0. But I can write it into code. I could write the top of the water thing into code, the little animated sprites, wouldn't be a problem. But if we made it so that we always draw the water like this, at level 1, at 0, then you could just make it so that it always just puts it along there. And then we can just manually, like, just moving the thing itself. And then its 0 is still there. but the water buffer copy isn't. And then it moves its whole self. But local to this guy, if it was a child of the water tile, for example, there's one way of doing it. One potential way of doing it. Anyway. So, back to these. So the skull tiles, we want to see the grid. We want this. I mean, actually that's fucking exactly the same, so I don't think we need to worry. I mean, yeah. The difference is tiny. The difference is tiny, tiny, tiny difference from the skull to the grass one. Barely worth probably having two different versions of it. Literally just to put this there. That's the smallest of differences, and everything else is the same. Attention to detail at all times though. Right, now stone tiles. Let's see the grid here as well, please. Cool. This one. There. And there. And there. And then... Okay. And then we'll just unlucky tiles, exit mask. Exit masks. Export. So now every level needs to have a sprite. Called exit mask. Right at the end with a nice, I suppose it's Z index, probably doesn't matter because it can just be at the end here, as long as it's after platform tiles. And it can have exit masks on it. It's got 3 vertical frames. And we want the grass one in this case. And it goes there. And then the platform tiles, terrain, just keep it's going around there, and up there. Okay. I'm going to build that on the end of every level now. I've already made, which is annoying, but pretty good. I don't think it needs to be that long, so we can get the player's scene out here and take the level exit timer down to probably 1 second. .5. The top will need to be 0, 0. The tiles that have a reference. Well, you could just encode just at the beginning of every level, the code could scrub through the water tiles that are placed and work out where the top is, and then just line them along the top. Because as long as when we're making levels, we have a flat, we have water that actually has a consistent flat top, then you just go through every tile that's used and check for the like highest Y value, you know, or lowest, the closest to 0 or whatever, and then say, well, that's where our top is, and then this is the left bound, this is the right bound, so now sprinkle the sprites across the top. So you could just completely have an animated sprite scene of the thing rippling, and just completely with code just analyze where the water is and just put it along top. I could probably write that script if that's gonna just be the easiest thing. That's one way I can imagine doing it. Yeah, that's kind of good. It's a little bit long. Let's go with 1.3 seconds. I think it's pretty good. Feels good to me. Now let's get to drawing the rest of level 1. Right, enough space, and you can put your plane crash in there. Do something like that. This probably needs to be a bit bigger so the player can't see past it. We'll pop the player over here maybe. Then the original background tiles. Gonna need a lot of tiles. Bang. Ugh. That's interesting. Why isn't that working there? That all looks correct. I've had confusing notes before, but that's correct there. Huh. Okay. Okay. I think, yeah, it's just about the way it updates. I need to learn my things. Let's have a fiddle with that. See how that feels. Cool, man. Feels like it works, doesn't it? Level 1. We can put a big plane crash there. And like lights as well. Like we can have our light, we can have like rays, God rays coming through. Put some of those bushes in as well. Like there's a load of set dressing to do. But I think that feels good for a first level. Yeah, man. It's happening. I almost feel like it would be quicker now to duplicate level 1 for these other levels, but we can't do that. Oh, what else I wanted to check though with level 1, like how sort of, can you see any of the, you can just about see the base there. But so one sort of 4x4 is enough. So if I come in here, can we get rid of all those? Can still get away with that. No. Okay, so 2 on the edges and 1 on the bottom, that works. Cool, cool, cool. Level 2. Level 2 doesn't... Oops, I'm just moving random things around. Level 2 does not have to be as big at all. Yeah, okay. But the player could be somewhere over here at least. And sort of reach that same kind of space. In fact, just make it an actual cavern. Like that. And then, how far along did I make this go? So it's sort of like 1 beyond. So it's sort of like to there. To there. We take the exit mask, copy that, paste it on. It's perfect. And then some of these backgrounds. Actually, 3 feels like enough. I think 2 wasn't enough. I think 4 would be too much. I think we start like that. That's cool. Yeah, it gives you enough time to pick it up and notice that there's a load of spikes there. Okay, that jump is too difficult. Okay, well maybe it should just be the original 2 that were there then. And I want to take this layer here and paint quite a bit more on, like, underneath the player here. Like, all of this bit I think needs to be painted with that to give a bit more definition to the ground. Yeah, it's kind of nice. And you're like, oh, the spikes, I put them down. Okay. Maybe the spikes should just not be there at all when... Maybe they shouldn't just be popping out like the whole time. Maybe they should only be doing that when you're actually holding the idle. Maybe. Anyway, let's finish doing some more of these levels now. I mean, a really tight one would be cool. So maybe we should just make this one really tight now. So we'll just quickly bosh out what we need to do over here with this, which is to take that to there, to take that down to there, take that to there, bring that all the way down anyway, and probably take that all the way up anyway. And then, yeah, what if we just sort of went like that? And then we want to paste that guy over. Yeah, it's kind of cool. You just start in here. It's like, oh, look, there's the idol. Oh, there's a dart trap. Oh, there's lots of darts. Cool. It's coming along. And now this is when I got up to where I was like, okay, I need more space. The Grinch, yes, bruv. How are you? Yeah, we're designing levels. We are indeed. I've got like a good plan of which mechanics I want to introduce where and stuff. But yeah, we're aiming for 15 levels, so it's like pretty epic. A pretty epic goal here. But yeah, let's keep going. So crumbling platforms and a bit of water was what I wanted to do in this level. So we can do that. Right. Let's do a few more levels here then. I think if we can at least get up to level 5 done on this stream, that would be cool. Crumbling platforms and water. So I'm thinking that we want to show the player that you can walk over the crumbling platforms without the idle, and you're totally fine. So the design needs to be you come in up here, we'll have like a nice big pit for the water to go in. So actually we can make that even lower. Something like that. Idle goes up there. Player goes up there. Destructible platforms go there. So you have to walk over the destructible platforms, pick up the idle, come back, have them be destroyed, fall into the water, and then climb out to safety. And we can show off our water effect. Although this is quite challenging because this water is you're going to be with the idle. So how about like this? Ugh. If we just did that. And then the water can go in there. And then trapped floor. Okay, so then this level is like, oh, I can walk across this. It's like a bridge, huh? Ah, here's the idle. But then that'll be a dead end. You won't be able to get up there. So then you're like, well, I better come back here. Aha! And now I'm in water. Oh, look, you drown when you're in water up to your chest. We don't want that to happen. Okay, so back to the player scene. Water detection. Up there like that. On your mouth. I'll play through all the levels then. Water detector should just be his head, yeah, exactly. Oh, oh, how annoying! Just played through the whole thing, but I hadn't added level 4 into the script yet. Let's go again. Nice. What's gone wrong here? There. Just loaded level 3 again. Alright, third time's a charm. Third time is a charm. Okay, yeah, because there's no background, so those are like invisible platforms right now. I'm still losing health here. Or losing air, rather. Okay, so it really needs to go quite a lot higher up on him. Try there. No. I don't want to just play the player scene. Also, quality of life here. We're getting fast now. Yeah, so you're gonna be like, oh, these look rickety. Okay, alright. Okay. Let's pick that up then and walk over here and everything. Oh, I see, right. Oh, I see. That's what those do. Lesson learned. I think that's the layout, and it feels like a little bit like an advancement as well, because you've got a bit of verticality in the level. Kind of is like leveling everything up a bit. You get introduced to water and holding your breath potentially in that little bit. I think that's good. And that's level 4 for now. And then what did I say level 5 would be? A basic barrel on button. Classic. Oh wait, I don't get to tick that yet. I haven't done it. Nice one, The Grinch. Thanks for joining. Big up yourself. Level 5 then. Level 5, level 5, level 5. We shall duplicate we shall duplicate level 2 to make level 5. And then save it, add it to the script. Okay, and then spikes, you guys gotta go. I know the exact thing that I want to do here. We're going to push that forwards a bit, push that forwards a bit, and do something like this. We're going to have a second door here. We need more room. Put the second door like there, maybe. Move that down to there. Put some more of that sort of thing in place. And then, wait, this second door actually should be more like there. And then we want a barrel or box, whatever we're calling it. The box should be let's go with half. I think that's cool. And then we have the button. You see. Here. Maybe everything should be spread out a bit more. Yeah, like that. That looks cool. I think that's fine. And then, so this is super simple, but it just helps hammer the point home for the player. It's like, oh right, look, I can press this button. Oh yeah, hold on, we need to link it first. Door 2, button needs door 2 assigned to it. Is there something set in the warp position when the level loads? No, it will just be wherever we've put it, I suppose. Wherever we've painted it in. As it happened, as it stands. So you're like, oh, I can stand on here. I suppose you could probably rush through, could you? You can rush through. Oh, that's a good bug. Damn me, I didn't really consider that the doors are quite slow. It's like we want the collision shape to actually just turn on and off rather than be animated. That's probably the way to play it. You know, so yeah. It's like it's only the sprite that we actually want to move, and we just want to turn the collider on and off. I'll think about that another time. Let's pretend we didn't see that right now. But a good argument for making level 5 a little bit more spacious, maybe. But I suppose if we can make it work, because it should be that tight so you can actually see what you're doing, I think. To be honest, Pete, I might stop streaming now because I've done a couple of hours. I did a few hours earlier on as well, a bit streamed out, but I'll probably be on Discord, so we could look at the water thing on Discord anyway. Now. And then it's nice seeing it come together now. And so obviously the idea here would be put that down there so that you can jump over, so that we can grab this, so that we can swap those round and pop that there and get out. Okay. I like this. Give ourselves a little bit more room there, potentially. But yeah, cool. I think that's it. That's the first 5 levels drafted out. And so given we've got until Monday and it's Thursday evening right now, this is a good spot to be in. And those first 5 levels are drafted, you know. There's still an awful lot to do to polish this thing up, but also, like if we submitted what we had right now, it's a playable game. So that's a really good position to be in. May even do like a test build and upload it over the weekend, or I suppose no point doing those test builds without the audio in, because it's the audio that normally messes with itch more than anything, isn't it? But yeah, I think that's enough for streaming today, and we've got 5 levels and it feels like a game. So, happy days. Thanks for watching. Big up yourselves. Blah diddly blah. And peace out.